Yo, what's good? I've returned and I look bad because I am hella jet lagged. But I'm here and I'm gonna try and see if I can finish this piece I started yesterday. Maybe not finish because it's a very big piece and it's probably gonna take a while to actually finish. 30-minute timer as per usual. Let's see if we can start to figure out some of these details here. I did this yesterday on my Surface, so like a lot of it is actually very suggested detail because like the Surface is a very small screen versus now I'm working on my big screen and I can see the detail, which I really could not before. I hope you are all doing well though. It's weird coming back home after being gone for so long. I was in Italy traveling and it was fun, but I did start missing home quite a bit. And now I am back home and it's like no time has passed at all. But of course time has passed. Time always passes. Time passes pretty quick too. It's weird how fast time can pass. People are always telling me like time will pass faster the older you get. And I'm like, ah, yeah, sure, okay. But it really does. It really, really, really does. See, like, I can start getting so much more detail now that I can, like, zoom in and out so easy. When you draw on the surface, it's just like, it's nice because it's so portable, but the screen just does not let you do this. I was in Tuscany primarily. We went to Florence and also to a castle in Florence where there was a wedding that we went to. Me, my fiance, and her sisters. And then we also went to Rome for 2 days because my fiance's sister studied abroad there and really, 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 really wanted to go back. So we're like, okay, sure. But we were there for 10 days and I think we spent a total of like 2 days traveling, like 40 hours total traveling. So I'm pretty exhausted. I don't want to travel anymore. I'm traveled out. Every time I come back from like a place in Europe, though, I always do like a city scene like this because I get obsessed with the architectural layout of those cities. They've lost some of their glamour to me because I used to be obsessed with them. I was like, oh, they don't need cars, but they definitely need cars. I realized that this trip. People drive around so fast in Italy, it's actually terrifying how fast they drive around. They just fly down the streets like there's no pedestrians. I'm also pretty confident that people do not have right of way in Europe because like they cars did not stop for us. If you were a pedestrian crossing the street, like you better haul ass to get to the other side because cars are not going to stop. Yo, what's up, friendly neighbor? I'm doing good. I'm tired. Technically, for me right now, it's 6:46 in Seattle. My brain thinks it's 9 hours ahead, so it thinks it's like afternoon. I had a 24-hour day yesterday. Have you ever been away for 24 hours? Being away for 24 hours is not the move. You start hallucinating low key. Actually, I started hallucinating low key. I don't know if everyone does. This is a little city. This is Krita. I have a full video on Krita if you want to know how I got it set up like this. It's on YouTube. You can go to ekpap.com. There's a little YouTube icon on the bottom. And the Krita video. I only have one Krita video. I should make another Krita video. I was going to make another video today that was about how, especially in like commercial art, such as concept art, there's a growing focus around just making it look cool, which I think is a little bit misled. I think we should focus on the emotion of art. Like this makes you want to go there. It looks cozy. Dude, 45. Dude, 45. Friendly neighbor was awake for 45 hours. I think I would have collapsed. I cannot, I could barely even stay awake for 24 hours. And that was me just trying to adjust to jet lag. Also, I have a cold. I got a cold while I was traveling and now I keep coughing. I'm probably going to cough on this live stream, just a heads up. You can hear it in my voice. It's very like puffy. Yeah, Krida's interface is awful. I'm so sorry to people who love Krida's default interface. It is so bad. If you can fix the interface, it is probably, in my opinion, better than Photoshop, except for some of the canvas acceleration issues, which requires a little bit of messing around with the settings. But if you can figure out the canvas acceleration issues and also get it set up how you like, it is better than Photoshop because you don't have to pay for it. I think PewDiePie recently switched to GIMP, which good for him, but I tried out GIMP and GIMP was not the move. Oh. Which is crazy because PewDiePie literally got his job as a YouTuber by saving up for a computer doing Photoshop edits. Him dropping Adobe is big news. It's huge. Huge. But yeah, this is if you remember the painting from last time, I'll see if I can pull it up. If you remember this painting, where is it? Is it not even here? Ah, this painting. CSP. Is that like the free version of Photoshop? Like you buy it once? That's honestly the move too. So I was working on this one last live stream and I was so inspired by it. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this painting. So then I took that and I made it this. Actually, this would probably be very helpful to new viewers to understand the context of what I'm working on. Yeah, there we go. So this is the initial one. Yeah, GIMP's interface is terrifying. Yeah, this last one. So this is the bigger city. I don't know where this street is, but you're kind of seeing a oh, Clip Studio Paint's also really good. Yeah. You're seeing the concept art process. This is how I create concepts. I'll usually start out with a keyframe, and then from the keyframe, I'll go and take it into like an overhead view with a map, and then I'll actually make a map. And then once I have a map, then I'll take it into 3D and then actually make it. Yeah, maybe I'm just always sleepy. Maybe that's just a problem with my brain. I definitely could get more sleep. If I made a game about this town, would people play it? I don't know. Maybe they would. I need to get back to working on big projects because I am struggling a little bit to make money now. Much of my contracts just ended. So I need to find new ones, but like I was looking at the job market right now and it is not looking too good. I just need to start sending cold emails to studios again. Ooh, it's kind of laggy. It's a little jittery. I know, artists in sleep are a bit like oil and water. That is a little faster. It is my hope that eventually there will be a time when I get good enough at art and coding and making projects that I will not have to lose sleep if I want to finish it. I'll just be able to finish it in the time that I expect. Oh my gosh, what's up, Jyler? It's good to see you. One of the problems I have with like making my own projects is they always take longer than I anticipate, and then I get really self-conscious because I'm like, it shouldn't have taken me that long. I wish I got it done sooner, and then I'll get discouraged, which is like a thief of joy, discouragement. I need to look up at my top monitor. There we go. Now we're doing okay. Yo, Lucy, what's up? I just traveled. Lucy joined the live stream. She traveled with it to Italy with me. Good morning. I'm jet lagged. I'm exhausted. How are you doing? This piece is taking a while. I'm curious to know if maybe I don't need to figure out all these details here. I actually spent a really long time on the Krita video. That was one of those things where I was like, oh, this won't take long. It'll take me like a morning. It took me like a week. Literally took me like a week to finish that video. Which is frustrating because it's just a tutorial video. Yeah, apparently I'm always sleepy. I do these live streams in the morning, so it makes sense that I'm sleepy, but apparently I'm always sleepy. Apparently my laptop is sleepy too today because it is lagging pretty bad. Yeah, for real, for real. I was originally gonna put like a castle thing up here, but maybe I'll just make this like the manor area. Like there's just a bunch of huge houses up here. Like this one. And it looks out over the land. Dude, it's also because I'm sick. My voice just sounds nasally. I can even hear it. I sound like I sound like my nose is plugged. I was trying to think of a character that sounds nasally, but I couldn't. Maybe like a goblin. Sound like a goblin. Give me your gold coins, or get stabbed. It's like one of those D&D encounters. You have to roll and see if you can intimidate the goblin, and if you don't, it starts a combat encounter. The Frozen Village, like the other painting I did. This is, let me see if I can, I actually have the music right now. Oh, my mouse died. Oh well. Let's see if I can pull this up. No, I can't. Shoot. Oh my gosh. Pull up, please. It's not working. There we go. It's based off of this town, Winterhold. It's a town in Skyrim, and it is beautiful. There's a mod called The Great City of Winterhold, and it makes a new map for Winterhold, and it is like one of the best Skyrim mods that exist. Speaking of Skyrim mods, I need to play the new Oblivion remake. I can't believe I haven't played it yet. Maybe today, maybe this evening I'll download it and play. feel like these houses are too big. Maybe two big ones and then a bunch of small ones. Yeah, it does absolutely give D&D vibes. Winterhold is one of my favorite cities in Skyrim. Alongside Windhelm. I really like Windhelm too. I like snowy places. Wait, yeah, I've had way too much brain rot. The Oblivion brain rot. Have you seen the Oblivion memes? Alright, bye Lucy. Oh, the ballerina cappuccina. Dude, frickin' being in Italy when that was the brain rot meme was absolutely insane. The entire Italy trip was just a meme. Cause like the Pope died when we were there. And it was like, bro, the Pope died. And then they released Oblivion. The gates of Oblivion have opened. And then I started getting on my For You page like these ballerina cappuccina memes. And I'm like, why are Italian memes popping up on my For You page? And then I realized like they're not just Italian memes. They're like internet viral sensation memes. Sorry, I'm ranting. Good luck with physics. That stuff is hard. I wish I could understand physics. I don't. Yo, good morning, Crow. From YouTube, first YouTube comment of the day. What is up? I'm working on a little city, but it's actually taking a really long time. There's too much detail. But it's slowly coming together. I'm sick as well, if you couldn't tell. I was just talking about how I was in Italy and I literally got so many memes while I was in Italy. Like probably more memes than I've ever gotten in my life in one place. Because the Pope passed away and then they released Oblivion and then Oblivion was a whole meme and then they had the Italian brain rot memes. And I don't know what the chances are of that, of like literally getting back-to-back Italian-based memes while I was in Italy, but it seems pretty low. Seems pretty low. What I'm doing right now is I'm figuring out the detail work of the side of these like buildings, which is the most important stuff you can figure out in a concept, because we already kind of figured out the overall vibe, which is this kind of top-down snowy village. But then when you go in to start to figure out the details, you can then use this little painting as a guide when making callouts for specific buildings, which then in turn can be used when making 3D models. So like even though this is still super suggestive and not really figuring out the exact details, being able to just like see, oh, there's this little side building on this building here. And then that has like a little walking path around a huge cliff that goes into a little gate area. This all is super helpful when making 3D models in game development. Thank you, Sorbater. I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. I think that's how. It sounds like sorbet. Sorbet. I didn't have sorbet while I was in Italy, but I did have an absurd amount of gelato. That stuff was good. This is looking alright. I don't know if you can notice when you watch, but it does lag a very little bit. It lags a tad. Oh, good solution. I like that. There's supposed to be a gap right here. Actually, what if we connected these two so they like went over to the side here? Would that look bad? Or would that be bad level design? If you can walk both like up this way, but then also go down, or just walk around. Because the whole path, this is the main central entrance to the city. And then when you have this entrance, you can go up into the main square like this, and then go further up like that. Probably go around. But you can also go that way. You can also go this way. So there's a full... Maybe this is a dead end right here. So maybe the only way to go around is to go like this. This is a dead end. Let's make a little map. Oh, good question. How do I come up with the perspective? Trial and error, to be quite honest. I start laying out little blocks of white for the roofs like this, and I'll just like draw them in. The nice thing about solid color roofs is you can edit them really easily. So I started out with this one down here, I think. And then as I worked up, they started getting kind of funky. Like some of them might still be funky. Like this is still kind of funky. But as you move up, you have a invisible vanishing point somewhere. So like the horizon line, it's probably like somewhere up here, honestly. It's more isometric than anything, meaning that it doesn't have vanishing points. It just has like parallel lines. This, because there are so many rotated elements, you can get away with a little bit more of a suggested perspective, so lines that are not consistent with one another. Like if you look at this one, this is going at a different angle than this, but that's also because the house is tilted a different way. The house is tilted that way versus this house is tilted more parallel to the viewer. And then like up here, because this is closer to the horizon line, you're going to get less of that tilt versus like down here, you really see a lot of the tilt. So I kind of just start painting and figure it out as I go. I knew I wanted a top-down view, so that helped knowing that my horizon line was going to probably be somewhere up here. Horizon line being like the vanishing points. But it really is trial and error, just figuring out. That's why pieces like this take a while, because like it really is a lot of discovery about like with all of these elements, where do the perspective lines and details go? And also level design as well, like figuring this out. Like where does this go? This goes up here. This is probably the main path for the player, because they can get directly into here. They can also go down here. They can also go down and around over to here. But they can also seem to go over here and down to here. And then this is our dead end right there, with a little pathway to this side. Then we have another path that I have yet to figure out. That's probably gonna go on the outskirts here. And then also there's this. I don't know what's going on over here yet. I have not figured this out. This looks like it goes down and around like that. So very, very all over the place. This path also goes underneath the bridge here, and it's supposed to go over here and then have like a little tiny pathway over here, and then also another little tiny pathway over here. So yeah, that's the map. It's actually pretty unique. The hyper path is hyper path being like the path the player can take to get fastest to where they're going, is probably this one. That's the main path. That's pretty good. That's not a bad layout actually. Which also makes this tower pretty integral too, because this tower, in theory, you can go all the way up to the top, but you can also go over to these side places. Yeah. Let's figure out this street because this street is in dire need of some solution-oriented problem solving. Dude, my cold is still bloody annoying. Oh my gosh. Alright. The path is probably gonna go... maybe I should cut this house in half. You can kind of see how I'm solving for some of the issues with perspective by just moving stuff around. Painting over stuff, repainting it. I don't have that much time left, I do not think. 4 minutes. Haven't even solved that much. Oh well. I was working on this as a portfolio piece, and that's kind of how portfolio pieces go. They just take a long time to work on. Slowly coming together. We got this roof here. We could probably have another sort of diagonal building. Like so. This does make a bit of a stair dynamic as well. Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well on this fine day. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine, if there's sunshine where you are. It looks like there was sunshine where I am, but it's gone. Okay, so this will be like a little side neighborhood. A dead-end side neighborhood. Maybe this could also be like one of the little portways to the side of the city. There we go. This house is getting in the way a tad. Maybe we can shorten it down. I don't know. The side thing is a tad problematic because the houses are a little too tall and they stick out. Honestly, with this concept, this is probably good enough to take into 3D and make a 3D model. But I would need to figure out like the details of the houses. Like what did the houses look like? Let's fog it out. I want to just make it look cool right now. which involves a lot of fog. Like so. This is a trick in the concept art industry, game industry, because you can make something look good really fast by just adding a bit of a gradient to it. Kind of weird how that works. The timer's done. I don't know how many of y'all are still here. Y'all. You. I'm gonna call it today because this piece is not inspiring me as much as it was this morning. It's gonna take a very long time to finish. Alright, everybody. I hope you have a good day. First day back in like 10 days. So I'll be back tomorrow and Friday, and then also Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday again. Back to the grindstone. Hope you all have a good one. And remember to drink